everyone, my name is Tori, this is Novel Life, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have some touch her and you die romance recommendations. So this is like touch her and I'll kill you, touch her and you die, like touch her and I'm literally gonna physically hurt you because like she's mine. All the books I have to talk about are literally those vibes. It's literally one of my favorite things to read, so let's just go ahead and jump right into the romance recommendations. So the first book I have to talk about is One Last Shot by Nikki Castle. This is her newest release in the Fight Game series, and this is the book that started this list of touch her and I'll kill you or touch her and you die romance recommendations, because when I tell you Kane is literally the epitome of that type of hero, he literally is. Like, this book was so good with the whole like vibe of the bad boy brooding hero touch her and I will literally like end your life, and there was like 2 moments in the book that this happened. I loved it. Now, this book has an MMA fighter, Kane, who is this brooding bad boy that comes into the gym. You see him in the previous books, but you're like kind of intrigued, but you don't have to read the previous books to read One Last Shot. And he's kind of like figuring out what he's doing in the gym, where he wants to go. He uses fighting kind of like as an outlet from his past. And then you have our female character, Isabella, who is a ballerina who comes to Philadelphia from New York City after she leaves her company, her dance company, the ballet company that she was in because of an injury. And she just like wants a fresh start. So she's trying to like figure out her life, and they just so happen to be neighbors. The apartment that she starts renting is right next to Kane. Now, they have this very interesting like friendship that develops because they're so close to each other, because she goes to the studio next to the MMA gym, but also because he has to take yoga and she teaches the yoga class. So they're kind of like forced together at certain aspects throughout the book. That leads to this friendship where they both kind of are healing a little bit and like figuring things out. And then it leads to romance. And when that like bridge is happening where he's like, okay, I'm starting to feel something for her, and Isabel's like, oh, I'm starting to feel something for him, those touch her and I'll kill you vibes come up. Like, there is a moment where he literally beats the shit out of someone because he touches her, or she's like almost mugged and he beats the shit out of this person. It was amazing. I'm not gonna lie, it was amazing and I loved it. If you're looking for a top tier touch her and I'll kill you hero, Kane is it. Definitely go check out One Last Shot because I loved it. The next book I want to talk about is The Ninth Inning by Jay Sterling. So this is a baseball romance. It's set in college. It is a second chance romance technically. You see our main male character, he is like trying to do all these things in baseball, like just trying to get into the NBL. I think it's called the NBL. Whatever. Major League Baseball team. He's trying to get onto it. He's in his last year of college and he's like, I need to focus. I need to do all these things, right? Well, then steps in our female character, which they have had a past and it's been about 1.5 years. And she starts coming back around like the friend group because they do have like mutual friends. And when that happens, he's like, why is she coming back around? Number one. Number two, why are my teammates talking to her? They know not to talk to her. Like, she's mine, like unofficially, she's mine. Like, you know not to talk to her. And he like loses it. There's like 2 moments I remember when I listened to the audiobook where he was like, do not touch her. She is mine. And the other guy is like, you're not together anymore. And he was like, you better watch it. And it was so good. I really liked it. It was a really fun read. It's a really good start to the series. There's a lot of other characters that are introduced in this book that I'm really interested about in the second and third book. So all of these books are on Hoopla, so you can listen to the audiobooks there if you would like, or you can physically read it. But this one gave those vibes. It's not as heavy as like One Last Shot, but the vibes are there because that's like the driving force for wanting him to keep her near him is like, I don't want anyone else to touch you, so now I'm gonna like have to figure out my feelings, why I feel this way. And I love it when the hero has to do that. Like, I absolutely love it. We do get both points of view in this, which helps those vibes, like you really get into them and like what's going on through his head, why he thinks that way. So this is one that I would recommend if you're looking for like a baseball, college, new adult romance. The next one I have is Keep Her Safe by QB Tyler. This is a bodyguard romance, so of course it's gonna have the touch her and I'll kill you vibes because it's literally my job, but he takes it like next level. So you see our female character, she's been in this role of this like TV show for about 10 years, I think, and now it's like the last season's coming to an end. She has to figure out what she's doing next with her career, and her bodyguard has been with her for the last, I think, 5 years. He was gonna leave. You see that he was gonna leave her, like cut ties and like go do something else, but her parents passed away and he's like, well, I can't leave her, like I'm the only person that's gonna keep her safe. Get it? keep her safe. Like, it just is so good. QB Tyler does spicy goodness really, really well. So if you're looking for that, like, this is perfect. This is QB Tyler's newest release. I think she's coming out with a new book soon. I hope. I'm really hoping. But QB Tyler did something different with this book. She added a little bit of a suspense element, which makes the, like, touch her and I'll kill you vibes or touch her and you die even higher, because he's literally her bodyguard, but he starts having all these feelings for her. And he's like, I need to keep her safe. I'm, like, on the lookout for all of these different people that are coming up to her in clubs or, like, fans, like, if they're crazy fans. Like, I have all of these things that I need to do, and I'm the only person that can keep her safe, which is the main reason why he stayed. He is absolutely amazing. QB Tyler has these stickers that says, like, I want a QB daddy. I want a QB daddy. Like, Damien in this book is, like, the epitome too. I feel like if I'm going to rank him, he's like right below Kane in the touch her and I'll kill you vibe. So definitely check out this one if you want a spicy romance recommendations with the touch her and I'll kill you vibes. The next one I have to talk about is one that I recently read, and that's Off the Grid by Kay Bromberg. So I'm a big Formula One fan. I haven't watched as much Formula One this year as I want to, just because the times are so hard to watch because it takes place all over the world. But this is like one of the top Formula One books that I've read, only because the amount of Formula One that's in it is so much, and I loved it. So our main male character, he is a Formula 2 driver currently at the beginning of the book, and he's trying to make his way up to Formula 1. And if you don't know, you go through like Formula 3, 2, 1, and you get to the top. Formula 1 is the most prestigious. There's 20 drivers, 2 for each team, 10 teams, so it's very hard to get into. And you see that his father actually passed away from a Formula 1 accident, so that's very hard for him, and he's trying to like make his own name and stuff like that. But then our female character, she comes back to England from living in Italy to see her dad. Her dad is sick, and he has this diagnosis that he doesn't want to tell people. And she is the daughter of the owner of the Formula One team that he gets signed to. So it's like obviously forbidden in that way, but there's moments where he feels like something happened to her, like in her past, and he's trying to like break down those walls because she definitely has those walls up for a good reason, and he's trying to like figure that out. So anytime a man comes around her, he is very protective of her. Like, he'll see her in the garage and a man will walk by and like she'll kind of shy away, and he immediately is like on alert, making sure that she's okay. And I love it. Like, it was such a small part of the book, but it was like such a big part of his personality. That's just how he is. And it made the book so much better. Like, I read this in one day. I could not put it down. It was such an enjoyable read. And I think that Kay Bromberg is starting something great with the first book in this Formula One series. And I cannot wait to see what she does. I literally cannot wait to see what she does with the second book. So highly recommend that one. Now, this next one is up there with the most touch her and I'll kill you vibes, and that's Fate of a Royal by Amo Jones and Megan Brandy. So this is a fantasy romance, but it's on the lighter side, so I'm going to throw it in there. It's very much in the human world, there's this veil between the fantastical world and the human world. Now, our female character sees our main male character on a porch, like having sexy time with a woman, if you know what I mean, during a party, and he's like, how can she see me? She's a human. I'm hella confused. Now, the touch her and I'll kill you vibes come up when he is used to sharing women with his other 4 brothers, or technically it's 3 brothers. One he considers a brother because it's his best friend. And let me tell you, when that happens, when they're like, oh yeah, we can share, like, oh, look what I'm gonna do to her. He's like, wait. I don't like that. I don't like that. I want her for myself. So I don't want to say too much. It doesn't end on a cliffhanger. The next book is coming out soon. I would highly suggest picking it up before the next book comes out. It is addicting. Like, I don't know what they put into this book, but it was just so addicting to read. I don't know if it was the female character, the main male character, the combination. It was just very addicting to read, and I had a hard time putting it down. So wanted to throw it out there for you. Now, the next one I have is called Why Are You Here by Brianna Jean. So this is the first book in a trilogy that follows the same couple. So if you're looking for one of those books, definitely check out this one. This one is very, very toxic. They go back and forth a lot in this book, but he is extremely possessive of her. And he just once he meets her, he realizes how different she is than any other person he's met or connected with before. He is a major and popular rapper, so he like collabs with a lot of different people, and she is just like moving back to home. I think it's to LA, and she goes to a party and she just so happens to meet him. She's a huge fan of his, so she's trying to like keep it on the down low that she's a big fan, but the vibes of this is so like anyone who comes near her, he's like know she's mine. Like, they know they're committed to each other, but they still do all these toxic things to each other. So if you're looking for a super angsty book, very addicting to read, very toxic, with the touch her and I'll kill you vibes, this book is it. This book is it. No, I have not continued, but I really want to. It's just like, I need to like mentally prepare myself for the angstiness in this book. Do you know what I mean? The last recommendation I have is Raw by Bella Aurora. So I got this as a Mystic Box exclusive. This is the like special edition or whatever. And I hadn't read this book. Well, then I decided, why not pick it up? I could not put it down. Like, I could not put this book down. So he is like a stalker to her. So the whole like touch her and I'll kill you literally is because he is like stalking her. He's like, I want her for me. I have this like, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's these things that start to come out where it's like, oh, I want her for X, Y, and Z reasons. And she's just like, what the hell is this person doing following me? It gets crazy, and I really don't want to say anything else. I actually don't even know how to describe this book other than that, but I would still highly suggest it if you want those vibes. I'm being very vague with this one. I apologize, but I don't want to spoil anything. So just know that it's touch her and I'll kill you vibes, stalker, and she's like, what's going on right now? So yeah, that's all I have for the touch her and I'll kill you romance recommendations. For the emoji, drop me this emoji in the comments down below, because I can't think of one off the top of my head, but drop it in the comments down below if you've made it this far. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content from me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.